Hey everybody, Sphinxo Cubing here. Today I'm going to teach you how to solve the Fisher cube. For this tutorial, you're going to need to know how to solve a 3x3 already with your preferred method. The method I'm going to be using in this tutorial is going to be CFOP. For this tutorial, you're going to need to remember that this piece, even though it may look like a corner, is actually an edge, and this piece that looks like an edge is actually a corner. Okay, now that my cube is scrambled up, let's get on with the tutorial. The first step of solving the Fisher cube is the cross. I'm going to be solving on white. So, you're going to have to look for cross pieces, which remember have 3 colors on them, even though those look like the corners. So once you put one's already in the spot, so once it's in, you're going to find the center that it matches up with. This piece is the orange-green piece, so it glows below the orange-green center. So once you put it in, the white side, move it below the orange-green center like that. Now we're going to look for another edge piece. I see one right here, and it can easily be brought down to the white layer, and it's already under its designated center. Same with this one. Even though the center is not turned, that will be the last step of the solve to orient the centers. So just bring it down to the white layer. The last edge is right there. So to insert this edge, I am going to bring it down to the white layer and then restore this edge. There, now the cross is done. Next step of this tutorial is to put these groups of pieces in. I'm going to be using F2L because I use CFOP. So, you're going to find this, which is actually a corner, remember, and find the edge piece that matches with it. Then, you're going to find the slot which it goes in. This is the orange piece, so it's going to go between the 2 centers that both have orange on them, which is right here. So I'm going to take it out, and then insert it like you would insert an F2L pair. The next F2L pair I see is these 2 blue pieces. Now I'm going to pair them up by hiding the corner and bringing the edge next to it and then bringing the corner back up. Now it's going to go between the 2 centers which have blue on them, which is right here. I'm going to insert it. The next center I see is this red center. So I'm going to simply hide the edge and then rotate the corner around so I can set it up to make an F2L pair. Then I'm going to put it between the blue-red and the blue-green centers and insert it. The last center is this green center, which I'm going to hide the corner again and bring the edge over so I can set up an F2L pair. I'll then insert it. There. Now F2L is done. The next step is going to be last layer. Now, the next step is the last layer. As you know, I'm going to do OLL and PLL since I do CFOP. Now, you see that I have an even number of edges oriented, so that means I won't have this problem. Let me set it up quickly. See, in this case, your F2L is done, but you have an odd number of edges oriented on the last layer, which it is known that is impossible in a normal 3x3. Now you may think, how is this possible? Well, it's possible because since these edge pieces only have one color, they can be flipped around, but you won't notice it. So what you're going to have to do is take this F2L pair out and flip the edge, and then put it back into its spot. And you see that solves the problem. Now we have an even number of edges oriented. The problem will happen about half the time. So when it does, just do what I did and flip the edge in any F2L pair. Now next, we're going to do OLL. Since I don't know full OLL, I'm just going to do 2-look OLL. And then There you go. Now, the next step is to do PLL. Now, it may be very difficult to recognize a PLL. For example, this appears to be an A perm, but actually it's a U perm because you have to remember that these are edges. So it takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you solve this cube a lot, you'll get used to what different PLs look like. So this is a U perm. So I'm going to do the U perm. There. Now we're on to the last step, which is orienting these centers. The final step is orienting these centers. You're not going to have to orient these centers because they only have one color, but these ones have two, so they can be flipped incorrectly. I've set up the 3 types of incorrectly oriented centers you may have. The first one is when it needs to be oriented 180 degrees. You're going to put the edge on the top and do this algorithm. RU, R prime, U, 5 times over. And that will turn the edge 180 degrees. The next case you might have is when it needs to be turned 90 degrees clockwise. You're going to do M, U prime, M prime, U over and over again until it gets oriented. The last case you may have is when it needs to be oriented 90 degrees counterclockwise. You're going to do M prime, U, M, U prime over and over again until it gets flipped. There, you have just solved the Fisher cube. Thank you for watching this tutorial on how to solve the Fisher cube. If you still can't figure out how to solve it, just keep rewatching the video and you'll get it eventually. If you have any ideas for future videos you want me to make sure to drop a comment down below. Also, I'm planning on doing a Q&A next, so go to my most previous video, which was my mains and averages video, and leave any questions you have for me down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video, and as always, subscribe to be notified of future content. Thanks for watching.